Hello. Okay. Hello. Hi. Fine. Today the class is regarding this. Factories Act 1948. The sections which we are going to discuss, and we have discussed the safety chapter, right? So we are going to complete the safety chapter. So by with a quick review. Actually, I was supposed to send this document yesterday itself, but I could not send. Today, definitely I'll be sending, and the management will be sharing you the document. Okay. Okay. The management will be sharing you the document. Okay. Fine. So what is the last chapter we have seen yesterday? We have covered till pressure plants, floors, pits. We have covered till here, right? We have covered till here, section 32. So I think my screen is not getting shared. Okay. I just shared the screen. Is my screen sharing? Can anyone acknowledge me? Is my voice audible and my screen is sharing?
Yes, yes. You are audible
Okay,
and
that's
your
fine.
screen
Thank you
is
so much.
visible to us.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much, and I'm sorry for the late. It's a quick notice. Fine. So let's see about you know pressure plant. We have already seen floors, means of access, pits, subs, opening in floors. We start from here, and we'll complete today's agenda. We will complete these sections, and uh, these are the crucial and most important sections. Fine, in which the standards like excessive weights, maintenance, okay, explosives, precautions to be confined space precautions to be covered as per sections. Okay, and this also covers the roles and responsibilities of safety officers. Okay, so coming to 34. Okay, we'll go into 34. Okay, and 34. Yes, here it is. So 31 I remember saying, and okay, pitch sums opening floors. See if it is this one also covered yesterday. So protection of sites also, yes, from here it we have to do from here. So section 36 determines precautions against dangerous fumes and gases. Okay, so no person should be required to allow to any chamber, tank, with pit, pipe, flue, or any confined space in factory which any gas, vapor, dust likely. See, he's saying about the confined space conditions. వచ్చింది హౌస్ కీస్ ఉన్నాయి నీ దగ్గర hello. So if a tank, see, normally what is the basic definition of confined space? Any space which has a one way entry, and which is enclosed, and which is not having a proper ventilation, everything comes under confined space. Okay, which has an one entry and one exit is comes under confined space. So here this section describes that what is the exact way, or what kind of chambers, tank, what kind of areas can come under confined space. Fine. So precautions, this section clearly says about precautions against dangerous fumes and gases. Fine. So a chamber, tank, vat, pit, pipe, flue, or other confined space in any factory in which any gas, fume, vapors, or dust is likely to be present to such an extent, okay, as to invoke risk to the person being overcome thereby, unless it is provided with a manhole or adequate size or effective means of egress. So he's saying that if any such kind of enclosure is there in any in any industry or company, it should have a adequate size of means of egress. That is the main thing. Manhole to be provided, and it should be of adequate size and effective means of egress. Okay, this is the main thing to be written. So he's also telling no person shall be required to allow into the confined space as talk slowly. No person should be allowed or required or allowed into the confined space as is referred in subsection 1. Okay, సో వాట్ ఈస్ సేయింగ్ ఏంటి రిఫర్ చేస్తున్నారండి సబ్సెక్షన్ 1? ఒకవేళ అలాంటి గ్యాసెస్ కానీ ఏమైనా ఉంటే ఆ స్పేస్లోకి ఎవరు అలౌ చేయకూడదు. నార్మల్గా ఒక ఎంటీ ఛాంబర్ని ఒక కన్సిస్టెంట్ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ ఇఫ్ యూ క్లోజ్ ఇట్, ఓకే, if if a chamber ni ఒక consistent period of time if you close it, what happens, it will develop different gases. Okay, the oxygen will be degraded. Okay, the oxygen will be reduced. So immediately when the that kind of chamber is closed for consistent period of time, we have to ventilate such facilities. So what he's saying, no person should be allowed in confined space as told in subsection 1 until a practicable measures must have taken to remove any gas. What are the practicable measures? Ventilating. If there is no possibility of ventilation, we have to keep artificial ventilation ducts, okay, or artificial blowers to give artificial air. So in that way, the practicable measures have been taken. The practicable measures have been taken to remove any gas, fumes, vapor, or dust. Okay, which may present to be bringing the level within permissible limits and prevent any ingress. So, second point says that, see, he first says that no person should be entered, and adequate size and effective means of egress should be maintained. And there is a clause that confine to no person should be allowed into confined space, and the level, this is very important, the levels will be permissible limits. Okay, what do you mean by permissible limits? The limits which are acceptable, okay, to uh, take the to allow the humans to work in that environment. Normally, if the, for example, basic example manhole అండి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మ్యాన్హోల్లో ఏం గ్యాస్ డెవలప్ అవుతుందండి? ఎవరైనా చెప్పగలరా? ఈతేనా? అవును కదా. నార్మల్గా మన మ్యాన్హోల్, ఈ డ్రైనేజ్ మ్యాన్హోల్స్లో ఏ గ్యాస్ డెవలప్ అవుతుంది? మీథేన్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఈథేన్ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో పర్మిసిబుల్ లిమిట్ అంటే ఏంటి? ద when it is tested by the multi-gas director, okay, CO కూడా ఉంటుంది, కార్బన్ మోనాక్సైడ్ కూడా ఉంటుంది. Okay, multi-gas director, that should be level should be 0 and the oxygen content should be 22.5. Okay, and to prevent any egress or ingress such frame address unless, fine. So he is also saying that uh, a certificate should be given in writing by a competent person and test should be carried out. As per this section, every confined space to be tested. Okay, free from dangerous gases as we discussed. సో ఏదైతే ప్రికాషనరీ మెజర్స్ కన్ఫైన్ స్పేస్ ఉంటుందో, సో ఆ ప్రికాషనరీ మెజర్స్ తో మొత్తం అని రాస్తాం ఇన్ రిలివెంట్ విత్ ద ఇన్ రిలివెంట్ విత్ this section. Okay, so all first thing, see, I'll be note along with breathing apparatus, I'll be saying some few points. If you have a paper, you can write it down. First thing is no person should enter into the allowed to enter into the chamber confined space in a factory. Okay, that is the first thing. uh, if a manhole is provided, it should be adequate size and means of access and egress should be well enough. Okay, and see, this is the practicable measures should be taken, and this is same again. Okay, practicable measures and permissible limits should be maintained to prevent ingress of. Okay, and the certified person, competent person should be given the permission to go inside and wearing of suitable breathing apparatus. Okay, if he is going deep inside, belt securely attached to the rope free, and ఇది types of communication లో one of the communication అండి. Once upon a time they used to have a belt and attach it with rope. If they want to confirm the person what he is doing inside, they used to just pull it once. If he pulls the same once, it means that he is fine. If he rope communication under, If he pulls twice, the person who from the inside, if he pulls the rope twice, he means that he is having some difficulty. If he pulls thrice, he is in immediate danger. That also a rope communication or couple communications ఉండేవి. Okay, even nowadays this is followed by training them properly. Okay, fine. Coming to 36A. 36A determines precautions regarding the use of portable electric light. So in general, how many volts should be taken under? What is the portable electric light standard? Anyone? If a light is being used in the confined space, what is the requirement? It should not be a AC light. It should be DC light with 24 volts. Okay, it will be giving here. He'll give here. But he normally just wait. No portable electric light or any electrical pipeline voltage exceeding. See here. Here it is. 24 volts shall be permitted inside any chamber. So if you are writing 36A, see this is 36 and 36A are relevant subsections. So if they are if any light is being used, it should be only 24 volts. What he's saying in this. So use inside any again this repeats. Okay, fine. Why they use 36 volts? Sorry, 24 volts only? Can anyone say? Why not normal voltage bulbs or lights? Because they emit they emit heat, right? When there is a heat, if there is any poisonous gases or flammable gases, okay, they may come in contact with that light. I mean heat environment. Okay. So coming to the section 37, explosives or inflammable dust, gas, etc. Okay. So he's saying explosive or inflammable gas or dust. If in any factory, if these kind of explosives or inflammable gas are present, okay, what kind of measures should be taken అనేది దీంట్లో చెప్తారండి. These are the three main measures to be taken. Effective enclosure of plant and machinery used in the process. Okay, so if that's such kind of for example, you know, okay, when you go into the fertilizers company, there will be a mix of sulfuric acid, ammonia in minus 123 degrees, and also other materials into the big roller. Okay, so in which the mix, when they're doing it, the plant, the machinery will be enclosed. It will not be open. Okay, fine. So that should be followed. Removal or prevention of accumulation such as dust, gas, fumes, or vapor. So if you're going for audit, like but if you're a safety officer and if you're in that area, okay, so what is your prime motto? You have to ensure the machinery and plant effectively enclosed. Okay, and the removal, the accumulation, see, there will, in this process, when they're loading into a chambers, there will be a accumulation of dust, gas, fumes in that present rooms. We should have taken necessary measures to accumulate, you know, sorry, to remove such kind of dust, gas, or fumes in that area. Okay, so there are different what is called dust, what is called fumes, depends upon the micro sizes of the microns and size of the particles. So dust have one size, gases have one size, fumes has, depending upon the size of the particles, they differs. Okay, exclusion of effective enclosure of all the possible source of ignition. For possible source of ignition అంటే ఏంటండి? The uh, the point at which the initial point at which the uh, ignition can start. Okay, normally for example in a HPCL company, or if you go on to the crude distillation units, even a switchboards are fitted with chalk powder. They are sealed very properly, because even the switch we can cause an ignition. So that is ignition source in that area. In some areas, some welding, if some possible, if welding is going on, that can be an ignition source. Okay, fine. Okay, so he is saying that these three should be followed: effective enclosure, prevention of accumulations, and ignition source should be effectively enclosed. If you have worked, when we used to work in Abu Dhabi, and we have seen advanced switchboards in which it's an airtight sealed, and initially they used to keep
Flame proof, right?
uh, sorry, I got a power cut. I had a power cut here. I'm very sorry. I uh, can you please? My mom. Is my voice audible?
Yeah, audible.
Okay, that's fine. So here we are saying these three effective enclosures, and he's also saying that where in factory and plant machinery is used in such process is referred to in subsection 1. He's referring to subsection 1 again. uh, all practicable measures shall be taken to restrict the spread and effects of explosion by provision in a plant of machinery, chokes, baffles, vents, and other effective appliances. He's saying that the area should be ventilated, and the continuous, you know, vents to, make sure the ignition or the inhalation of fumes or gases by the concerned people. Okay, so where any part of the plant or machinery in a factory consists of explosives or inflammable gases or vapors under pressure greater than atmospheric pressure. Usually, we have the 15 like or PSI that shall not be open except in accordance with follow permissions. He's saying that if the boiler is at to be open, if some example the boiler works under more than atmospheric pressure, okay, if that boiler has to open, okay, so he's saying that the following permission has to be taken. So he's saying that when any before the fastening of any joint or pipe connected with the part, the fastening cover of opening the part is loosened. Flow of gas or vapor in any such so effectively stop. See, he's saying that normally when you're giving confined space for any tank clean, what you will do, you will be having connection say they connect the tank, stops and stop. So the effective the that should be first there is no such kind of someone working in may fluids, or someone may open the wall and for companies uh, units, there will be a lot of chemicals and acids pipes. The people who can get harmed. So this is the thing which have to section 1, 3. So before fastening of any joints, 5 minutes. వీళ్ళు ఎవరున్నారంటే రాకేష్ గారు ఉన్నారు. సో నాకు చాలా ఇంటరప్షన్స్ వచ్చినాయి. నాకు కూడా షార్ట్ నోటీస్ లో చెప్పారు నాకు, లైక్ నేను వేరే నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ అయినా తీసుకుంటాను, మీరు ఒకసారి షెడ్యూల్ చేస్తే నాకు అవుతుంది. ఓకే, 7:45 టు క్లాస్ తీసుకుంటాను. నా కనెక్షన్ కూడా అన్స్టేబుల్ వస్తుంది. నా వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుందా? నా కనెక్షన్ డిస్కనెక్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. Can anyone respond? Is my voice audible? Actually, I'm not. My host has disabled my screen sharing.
Yeah, there are some stuck up between, so there are some audible.
Because I connected my laptop with my mobile. There is a power cut here suddenly. I don't know why today. So okay, coming to this stop wall, we go section go line చదువుతాను. నాకు host disable అయిపోయింది. So he's also saying that before any such fastening or aforesaid removal or practicable measures should be taken, నార్మల్గా ఏం లేదండి, స్టాప్ వాల్స్ ఉండాలి, పర్ఫరల్స్ క్లోజ్ చేసి ఉండాలి. ఓకే, and the measures should be taken in order to reduce the pressure of the gas if he's or pipe to atmospheric pressure. ఓకే, నార్మల్ ప్రెషర్ లోకి తేవాలి. ఓకే, ఎందుకంటే బ్లాస్ట్ అయ్యే పాసిబిలిటీస్ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి. సో ఈ సెక్షన్ ఇంకేం చెప్తుందంటే, ఇన్ఫ్లేమబుల్ వేపర్స్ కానీ ఏమైనా ఉంటే అవి సెక్యూర్గా ఉండాలి, వాడు బయటకు వచ్చే వరకు సెక్యూర్గా ఉండాలి. సో జనరల్ పాయింట్స్ ఏంటంటే, ఎఫెక్టివ్ ఎంక్లోజర్, ప్రివెన్షన్ ఆఫ్ అక్యుమిలేషన్ గ్యాసెస్. ఓకే, పాసిబుల్ సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇగ్నిషన్స్, మీరు సోర్సెస్ ఆఫ్ ఇగ్నిషన్స్ ఏంటో మనం కనుక్కోవాలన్నమాట. ఓకే ఓకే, అక్కడ మన డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇగ్నిషన్స్ ఉంటాయి. అంటే ఒక ఏరియా టు ఇంకొక ఏరియా డిఫరెన్స్ అయి ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో తర్వాత ఏం చెప్పాడు, స్టాప్ వాల్స్ ఉండాలన్నారు. ఎవరైతే లోపల ఉన్నారో హీ షుడ్ బి, మళ్ళీ ఈ అన్నిటికీ కూడా సెక్షన్ ఒకసారి 37 ఈజ్ రిలేటెడ్ విత్ 36 వాల్. 36 సెక్షన్ కూడా మనం చూసుకుంటాం. ఓకే, పోస్ట్ డిజేబుల్ పార్టిసిపేషన్, ఫైన్. సో no plant, tank or vessel which contains or has contained any explosive, ఇప్పుడు explosives లోకి వచ్చారండి, explosive or inflammable substances shall be subjected in any factory in welding, okay, in welding, brazing, soldering or cutting operations which involves application heat unless adequate measures have been taken. ఒకవేళ హాట్ వర్క్ చేసే అవకాశాలు ఉన్నప్పుడు, okay, when there is a hot work is being carried out, what will be coming under hot work అని ఇక్కడ మెన్షన్ చేస్తున్నారు చూడండి, welding, brazing, soldering or cutting operations, okay, which involves heat unless adequate measures have been removed, such as substances, any fumes arising therefore అంటున్నాడు. okay, so he's saying that the sufficient precautionary measures to be taken for anything which causes fumes, okay, and which can lead to explosive situations. Okay, so ignitions, ఇవన్నీ igniting substances, igniting sources లోకి వస్తాయండి. okay, the state government may rules expect subject to such conditions may be prescribed. Okay, he's saying that these kind of rules and are subjected to the state government. okay, ఈ రూల్స్ అన్ని కంప్లైంట్ చేసుకొని, okay, if you having pressure vessels, if you're having if your area is using explosives or inflammable dust gases, ఓకే. సో ఇన్ఫ్లేమబుల్ అంటే ఏం లేదండి. సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు పెట్రోలియం ట్యాంకుల మీద చూస్తే ఇన్ఫ్లేమబుల్ అని రాస్తుంటారు కదా. ఇన్ఫ్లేమబుల్ అంటే విచ్ ఈస్ పొటెన్షియల్ టు గెట్ ఇగ్నైటెడ్ విత్ ద ఎక్స్టర్నల్ హీట్. ఏమైనా ఎక్స్టర్నల్ హీట్ కానీ సోర్సెస్ కానీ ఉంటే దాని దాని సహాయంతో అది ఇగ్నైట్ అయిపోతుంది. దాన్ని ఇన్ఫ్లేమబుల్ గ్యాస్ డస్ట్ అంటారు. ఓకే. సో ఇగ్నైట్ అయిన తర్వాత వాట్ ఈస్ ద నెక్స్ట్ థింగ్ అండి? ఇట్ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లోడ్. అవునా? ఇట్ మే explode. Host disable participant screen sharing. Come on, man. Fine. I don't want to waste time now. So section 38. Section 38 says that precautions in case of fire. Okay. First thing is, he says that safe means of escape for persons in event of fire. And emergency exits అనేవి ఉండాలి. Okay. Necessary equipment and facilities for extinguishing fire. Okay. So what is the necessary equipment? Fire extinguisher and hydrant lines. So these two are points in case of fire. Safe means persons in fire. The necessary equipment and facilities for extinguishing fire. Fire extinguisher. Okay, these of the company and depending upon the device.
Hello, excuse me, sir. Hello.
Trying to ensure that you heard it. Please respond, anyone. Can anyone respond? Is my voice clear?
No, it's not clear, sir. There are some disturbance.
It's breaking.
Like
It's breaking. Yes. I have less bandwidth. Fine. And coming, he's saying that effective measures shall be taken. Okay, in such a way that all the people should be aware of emergency exits. Okay. Escape plan. Adequately trained. నేను మళ్ళీ ఇది రేపు రిపీట్ చేస్తానండి. ఏదైతే సెక్షన్ 36 నుంచి మళ్ళీ నేను రిపీట్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే, బికాస్ దిస్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. యూ హ్యావ్ టు నో ఇట్. ఓకే. సో third point says that again the same thing. The state government may make rules in respect of any factory. So coming to